Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy Lussier, your host for the collaboration space. And today we're going to be talking about some different Microsoft solutions, specifically Microsoft Teams Rooms and Microsoft Surface Hub. And with me to help me do that is Frank Bucholz, who is the Director of Product Marketing for Microsoft Surface. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Nancy, it is great to be here. Thanks so much for the opportunity to come on and talk on this podcast. Very exciting.
You're welcome, and I'm happy to have you here as well. So, can you chat a little bit about the different solutions that you have, Microsoft Teams Rooms and Surface Hub, and where would I use each solution?
No, it's a great question, Nancy, and it's a question we get asked a lot. When we're looking at meeting room solutions today, we know that as people continue to come back into the workspace, they're looking for ways to use as a kind of a example of having to use meeting spaces to communicate and collaborate in world-class ways. But we feel like there'll be people working remotely as well, or they'll be working on concentrated work in their home offices. And so when they come into those offices, they need to have a way that they can ensure that they can communicate across the board. How do we have this democratized environment in which people that are in one location can easily communicate and collaborate with others? And so Microsoft offers two solutions in that space. One is the Microsoft Teams Room, which is essentially either an Android-based collab bar or a Microsoft Teams room that includes camera, speaker, and microphone. And those types of solutions are solutions from the likes of Crestron or Logitech or Poly or Yealink. And we're able to bring those solutions together to provide different camera, speaker, and microphone solutions. But the beauty of it is they all have the exact same interface. It is an interface that users can grow to understand and know. So the capabilities of the Microsoft Teams Room is all about bringing video telecommunication as a standard to every single space. And AVI-SPL can provide that as our great partner. But the other piece is that when we look at that device, it's built on presentation as well. So video conferencing and presentation are the core pillars behind the Microsoft Teams Room. But Surface Hub comes in where it can do all of that, but it can also do collaboration through whiteboarding. It can allow you to walk up and use the device to join a meeting or to whiteboard or to connect to the device. It'll run a web browser in order to run web apps on it, or it'll run native apps from the Microsoft Store that you can just install the device, and you can do all of that through some pretty amazing management tools that we now have available for Surface Hub. But between these two, we would say, hey, if I was the CIO of a company, I would say I want to make sure that every room has essentially video teleconferencing capability, and some degree of the rooms have collaboration capabilities, which is what Surface Hub brings in. Is it 100% either way? No. Somewhere there's going to be this sliding bar that says this makes sense for your company, and you, as the great partners that we have, are helping to implement those across the country
And it
and
sounds
world.
too, yeah, absolutely. And it sounds too like if I'm the user, if I'm the team member going from room to room and I have, Microsoft Teams rooms and or Microsoft Surface Hub, I'm going to have a familiar experience. Those tools are going to be what I use every day. And it's kind of sounds like you're carrying that over into the rooms, correct?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. We want to make sure that no matter what room a person walks into, whether it one with the Microsoft Teams room or a Surface Hub experience, it is very straightforward as to what you need to do in order to use these devices. And the biggest thing that they're able to do is have passwordless, or excuse me, unauthenticated access to it, meaning that I don't have to type in a PIN or password to use a whiteboard. I don't have to type in a PIN or password in order to join a Teams meeting or connect a device to the device. And so all these experiences are the same across either Microsoft Teams Room or Surface Hub, where you can walk in and understand the experience that's available to you. I would say one thing that the Surface Hub allows, though, is allows you to actually log into the device, and I call that Surface Hub 200. It's the idea that you could essentially authenticate yourself to the Surface Hub, and you can do that with passwordless authentication using the Microsoft Authenticator app, and that would allow you access to your Word, PowerPoint, Excel files. It would also sync in your Edge browser so all your passwords and settings and other pieces are automatically loaded. But the beauty of the Surface Hub is when you hit end session, the device is cleaned of all the content from the previous session, and you can walk away with confidence knowing that you didn't leave anything on the device, and the next group of people to walk in to use the device can use it just like you did. So a super clean experience,
Yeah.
super intuitive. I mean, you can see a Surface Hub behind me. It essentially has 4 buttons on it to call, whiteboard, or connect. Very simple, very easy.
I like that not having to remember my passwords, but still having the security.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
When that board is wiped clean when I leave the room.
We should
So,
be able
okay,
to use
so
like your phone or whatever in order to log in. So
right. Okay, so that makes it easy for me as the end user. And now we have all this technology that, somebody in IT or the other support teams need to take care of. What are some of the Microsoft solutions that can help with that side of the house?
now I'm so glad you asked, Nancy. One of the great new capabilities is the ability to look at our devices within Teams Admin Center. Teams Admin Center is essentially the central location to diagnose and look at the status of all your devices. We manage devices through Microsoft Endpoint Manager, but we monitor them through Teams Admin Center. So Teams Admin Center can allow me to go in, check out my inventory of devices. I can check out the call history and understand essentially which ones of these devices have gone through any problems or issues, and then allow me to take remediated action against them. I can actually look at a particular call and go nail down all the way to a particular user that may be having some network related issue.
Hmm.
Or I can actually set alerts within the Teams Admin Center to alert me and actually send me a notification within Teams that I can follow up on that. But the beauty of all this is that all that capability is available to either the IT administrator or a partner like yourself at AVI-SPL that can manage these devices remotely on behalf of your customer to remove their IT complexity. So it's all great capability of bringing Surface Hub into the mainstream of management of these devices.
Great. So I like that you have solutions both for the user and then the people supporting me. So it sounds like a full package. So
Yeah,
Frank,
no, it's
thank you.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Frank, thank you so much for sharing all that information today. That's about all the time we have in today's episode. I hope this was an enjoyable experience for you, Frank.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to thank all my listeners again for joining us. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the collaboration space on YouTube at AVI-SPL Info. And if you want to subscribe to the audio version, you can check out Apple and Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, or your favorite podcast app. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time in the collaboration space. For more information, visit avispl.com/Microsoft.